brings you a new day, a fresh start and renewed focus. Niko Goodrum has had that, especially when he faces the Cleveland Indians. The Tigers will need those gaudy numbers and others to jump on board if they want to get on the right side of Cleveland. The Indians' bats came alive last night. Tonight, the Tigers expect to respond in Game 2 of this 3-game series on Fox Sports Detroit. What a great night. Hi, everyone. Alongside two-time World Series champ Kirk Gibson, I'm Matt Shepard. Really pumped up for tonight's pitching matchup. You could say we got a pair of bulls throwing against one another. And Gibby, for Detroit, that means Spencer Turnbull, doesn't it?
Any guarantees tonight, by the way,
No
Shep?
guarantees from me. How about you?
Well, the starting pitchers for the Tigers have not gone deep enough, and it's really hurt the bullpen. Yeah. And tonight, trying to break that 18-game losing streak is Spencer Turnbull, who is the ace of the Tigers' starting staff so far this year. He's got great stuff. He's always had it, but now he's starting to learn how to use it. And even his last game, he spins it, he turns it over, he's got the velo if he needs it. In last game, he got a little giddy. He started pulling Mark Vidrich, remember, getting cocky? Something happened last night when Candy got buzzed. I didn't see an answer, and I'd like to see one tonight if we get into that situation.
Turnbull has both of the Tigers' quality starts so far this season. Shane Bieber counters for Cleveland. He's a guy who seems to be the class of the Cleveland staff. Fair to say?
Unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, this kid has come on over the last couple of years. They call him the spin master. Just look at his delivery, the way it comes out. He's got great arm motion on his off-speed pitches, and the ball does spin. His fastball spins, his breaking ball spins, his slider spins. 43 strikeouts and 5 walks this year. Over 162 games, that's 162 strikeouts, 20 walks. That's incredible. If the Tigers are going to have to stay back, they get a mistake, they're going to have to power into it and play good defense and keep the game close. This should be not a shootout, but a pitcher's matchup and a pitcher's duel. Go get him, Spencer. And
Bieber's got really good numbers against Detroit, averages over a strikeout per inning against the Tigers. Niko Goodrum last night, along with a couple others, including Cameron Maben, went yard. They flexed their muscle a little bit, making a little personal history. Let's see what they have in store for us today.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica. And by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. Tigers hoping to ride their bull to a victory here on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Spencer Turnbull's ready. We're ready. You're ready. So, let's go.
Doesn't get a whole lot better than this. We've been spoiled by our summer weather here in the great state of Michigan. 86 degrees under clear skies. Let's check out the Indians' batting order. It's presented by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. You remember number 32, Franmil Reyes, 2 for 4 last night. His 462-foot homer was the 3rd longest of his career. Oscar Mercado is into the Cleveland lineup. He'll play center field and bat 9th against Detroit, a .302 career batting average.
Today's starting pitcher for the Tigers is Spencer Turnbull, presented by MGM Grand. Well, he's thrown 5, 6, and 7 innings, so we're looking for 8 tonight. Really outstanding. His stuff is great. A lot of fastballs to the lefties. Adds the slider to the righties. And he's locked into a pretty good battle. It's a good test for the Tigers and for Spencer Turnbull tonight against Shane Bieber and the Cleveland Indians.
Got to have him tonight, no question. Here's the defense behind him. It's brought to you by Goodman Acker. Victor Reyes makes his 2nd start in center field. Jamer Candelario had 3 unassisted putouts last night. And Ron Gardenhire has been talking about how much better his footwork is at first base. Johnny Kane will talk about that a little bit later on in our broadcast. Meanwhile, at the other side of the diamond, Terry Francona in his 8th season as Cleveland skipper. And we're ready to roll. Spencer Turnbull relishing this opportunity against the All-Star Game MVP of a year ago, Shane Bieber, but more importantly, against a very talented Cleveland lineup that showcased 4 extra base hits last night, including a couple of home runs. Cesar Hernandez leads off this Saturday night and takes a first pitch strike.
A lot of shadows right now. You get a good look. You're out there at home plate, hard for the hitter to see. So you want to pound the strike zone, get ahead of them, and let them deal with those shadows.
Slow roller to Candelario. We just talked about the unassisted plays he made last night. He starts this night out with one.
Let's take a look at the umpires behind the plate. Las Diaz, DJ Rayburn, who he threw me out. University of Michigan guy. I think Tim Timmons at second and Ryan Blakeney at third base.
Gibby thinks it's a Michigan State thing, why Rayburn threw you out, huh?
No, that wasn't why. He said it was because I was arguing a balk. I wasn't arguing a balk. I was just inquiring what I should tell my pitcher.
Did he say, Sparty, you're gone?
Yeah.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he just buzzed me. You're gone. For what? No, I mean, that was right when he first came in the league. I think we were in Houston, and I didn't see a balk. And, you got to stick up for your boys, so
Yeah.
I did what I had to do.
You've both grown.
Hello.
Right?
Let's go.
Ramirez, a soft liner to center, and that's in for a base hit.
Man, this guy, he really, Tigers throw the kitchen sink at him. He's just really hard on us. He's a very good hitter. Hits from both sides. Look, he doesn't try and do too much of that. Good finish up the middle. And Victor makes the smart play. Just plays it on a hop and holds him to a single.
Yeah, Ramirez, that very smooth swing. Second hit of the series for him. Man on, man out for Francisco Lindor. And those numbers, you don't have to adjust your set. Those numbers are surprisingly low for Lindor. There goes Ramirez. The throw from Romine won't get him.
Yeah, they scouted him, and as soon as they saw Turnbull lift the leg, they knew it was the high leg kick. Pretty hard for the catcher to get him. Look, he gets a good jump right out of the gate. Going to have to manage that throughout the game.
Well, that's the one thing you got to admit about Cleveland. You may not like them, okay? I mean, and I don't either, but
they do that.
I respect them because they are an aggressive baseball team.
Well, they understand what is given to them, and they take it. They are very good. They understand the criteria, and they use it.
Easy pop fly to right. Maben takes care of it. 2 away for Spencer Turnbull and the Tigers here in the first.
And the other thing is that by going immediately, they're letting the Tigers know, if he's going to lift his leg, I'm going to run. So maybe Turnbull has to rush it a little bit, and that sometimes makes his location a little more sporadic, and it works that way too. I think in competition in general, you need to pressure your opponent into mistakes. You need to wear them down mentally and physically. That's one of the ways the Indians are successful against the Tigers. We talked about 18 games in a row. What do you do if you're an organization? What do you do if you're the manager? You have a lot of thoughts, but what do you really implement?
They are well coached. There's no doubt about that. Ball 1 to Carlos Santana, who walked a couple of times last night, went 0 for 3, but on base a couple of times and scored both times that he walked. The 1-0 is low. 2-0 to Santana. The 2 walks now give him 26 on the season. Think of this. He has 19 walks in the month of August. The Tigers as a team have 22 overall.
So that's very contrasting makeups.
Swing and a miss.
He will swing if you get ahead of him, continue, regularly. If you don't, he's just going to take. He's going to work the count to his favor, and then you have to come to him. You don't want to come to him, and it works very good for Carlos Santana.
Here's the 2-1. In there for strike 2 at the bottom of the zone. 7th start of Turnbull's career against Cleveland. In the previous 6 and 7 appearances overall, 0-5 with a 5.5 ERA against the Tribe. They play Santana to pull, and he tries to spray it the other way. That will be foul.
He gets 2 strikes. He's not pulling off. Let me know if you see him pull off the ball with 2 strikes, because I haven't seen it. That's why he leads the league in contact. Swings and misses, 14% going into yesterday's game.
That's not a lot.
No.
Another 2-2. Now it's full.
I mean, how many full counts has he had, including last night?
Yeah, with in the 2 games?
2 strikes all the time.
Yeah, at least 3. Earlier this year, passed Tris Speaker for 2nd all-time in Cleveland history in terms of career walks. Now the payoff. Santana pulls it foul.
If you were a runner and you were on first base with Santana, you could go every time with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
He's going to make contact.
Yeah.
Turnbull didn't like that ball. He chucked it. Why did they call it a chucked it?
I don't know. Why do they
Why
call it chuck
couldn't
it?
they say they matted it?
I don't know. You're testing me early, Gibby.
You know what I'm saying?
I get the chucking. I mean, there's all kinds of chuckers.
No, but like I just mean you threw it. You like chucked it away,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Then I just thinking, why don't they call it a mat?
I don't know. Call that a strikeout. Cleveland strands one in scoring. Tigers batting order presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Willie Castro bats 2nd, 9th time in his career that he will bat in that position in the lineup. Kristen Stewart is into the lineup for the first time in the series. He went 2 for 11 in the series against Chicago. He bats 6th. And Austin Romine's 13 hits ranks 6th most among big league catchers.
Let's take a look at the Cleveland Indians pitcher, Shane Bieber. 3-0 so far. Look at the walks to strikeout ratio. That's incredible. He's got great command, great control of all pitches. Mostly 70% of his pitches are going to be moving. Very seldom will you see a straight fastball.
70%?
Like 70%. The others would be sliders, curveballs, cutters.
His 43 strikeouts lead the league. His 1.63 ERA is 6th best. And his whip ranks 4th. Goodrum greets him with a fly ball to left center. It's carrying, still going back, and Mercado right at the fence makes the grab. Wow, did that carry a ways. Cleveland starting defense brought to you by Marygrove Awnings. Mercado with his first start since August 7th. Francisco Lindor had 4 assists at shortstop last night. Cesar Hernandez had 3 against the Tigers last night.
All right, Shep, here we go.
Here's Willie
Get those
Castro.
legs loose, man. Get a little, this night like this, you get running on the bases, get a good sweat going, it lasts all game.
Ramirez did it in the first for Cleveland.
Fresh.
Yeah. You feel better when you're perspiring, don't you? As a player, as an athlete.
Absolutely. Got quite the shift of Will Castro. Oh, that's the umpire out there. Check that
That's
out.
Tim Timmons. Here's the 1-1 to him. Slow tapper to that spot, though. And a good play by Hernandez to hustle in and make it 2 away. Hey, fans, if Detroit hits 3 home runs in this game, visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow. You get a free small order of curly fries. See if Miguel Cabrera can get on track here tonight after going 0 for 4 last night.
And Miggy had a golden opportunity, bases loaded. Nobody out. Just standpoint, the first pitch, good pitcher. It was the pitcher's pitch, ran in on Miggy. But in general, he's pretty good at getting the runner in. We got to get a runner. It's got to start with him.
One 0 from Bieber. Little tapper back to the mound. Bieber will take his time, and that's an efficient start for him. He's got 7 pitches under his belt, and he's through 1. So are we.
Second inning, you know, all manager wants is to have a healthy roster, and unfortunately for the Tigers, we had some news today. It wasn't ideal. C.J. Cron, the first baseman, officially done for the season. He has opted to elect for season-ending right knee surgery. Here's the disappointing part about it, guys. The fact that C.J., you know, fans only got to see what he was able to do through 13 games. He was an impact acquisition, as we know, was really going to be an impact bat in the middle of the lineup. So we wish C.J. well. He took to his Twitter account and thanked the fans of Detroit. And then from a pitching standpoint, Ivan Nova, who threw yesterday, he has right triceps tendonitis. He's on the 10-day injured list. So they've recalled Anthony Castro, the reliever, from the alternate training site. Well, what it does here, Shep, you know, Castro obviously being a reliever, that opens up that 5th spot in the rotation.
Yep.
But the Tigers have a couple of days to decide what they do there.
Yeah, that'll be a very interesting decision. Everybody waiting on pins and needles for that. The thing about Cron, Johnny, I mean, you could make the argument that they miss him as much in the field as they do at the plate and in the clubhouse.
Oh, no doubt.
That's how effective he was.
No, it's such a bummer because I actually mentioned on my Twitter account here recently about, you know, this is 2 seasons in a row. Remember last year with Josh Harrison from Pittsburgh?
Yep.
You know, we never got to see the Mercer-Harrison combo, and then this year, obviously, you bring in Scope and Cron, and now you just get to see just a glimmer of what CJ had, but a veteran, like legitimate power.
Yep.
We saw it through the spring. Anyway, it's just tough, and he's such a great guy, too. Like you said, he was going to help lead these young kids, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Get that surgery done now and see what the future holds as a free agent.
We wish him well. We wish he were in a Tigers uniform.
If you don't do the surgery, you're betting that you can rehab it. If you don't rehab it, then you're out the next year. So,
right.
There you go.
And his thought, too, I think, was eventually I'm going to have the surgery. So why not have it now?
Yeah, it wasn't an if, it was a when.
Right.
And then at this point, you say, hey, let's get it done.
This one, rifled to third off the glove of Willie Castro. Takes his time and strong's arm it over there.
That's some arm
to get
strength
Franmil Reyes.
Didn't he? Arm
Sure
strength. Did not panic. Last year, you might see him pick that up and drop it again. Look at, he realizes it, knows who's running. See, he had all 4 fingers on the ball.
Ball comes off that bat hot. Willie Castro's done a nice job, and as we mentioned yesterday, Nico Goodrum's been really important in his progress at third, even though it hasn't been a long stint at third, but because Nico Goodrum has played there before, getting him in the right spot, communicating properly, all benefits the young Willie Castro. This is Tyler Naquin, 1 for 5 last night with a triple and 3 runs driven in. Right back up the middle, off the heel of Turnbull. Look at that.
Yeah.
Willie Castro's right there. Johnny on the spot.
That's going to hurt. Hit him right on the heel. You could hear it.
And Turnbull just looked at Doug Teeter, the trainer, and said, I'm cool. I'm good. Don't worry about it.
Hopefully it doesn't get sore. Pounded him pretty good.
It's 109 miles per hour off that foot.
Look, it didn't hit his ankle.
Yeah.
That's just a shoe burger there.
Burger.
The shin burger is bad. The ankle burger. Whew.
You gave us strawberries earlier in the week, right?
Yeah.
Somebody slide, you get a strawberry?
On your hip.
Yeah.
Right where that bone is.
Or on the back of your thigh, right?
Bad of the knee, the bottom of the knee. Get him there.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a pin of pride, though, isn't it? When you bleed through the pants. I think that's a lot of guys wear that proudly. Right around the knee area. Shows you're a gamer.
Well, sometimes you have to create a slide to be safe, and that's when you get beat up. You get the strawberry muffin there.
2-0 to Domingo Santana. on the ground foul. Santana 1 for 3 last night, including this home run off Ivan Nova.
Everything was on time there for Santana.
That was part of that big 6-run fourth for Cleveland. Here's the 2-1, hammers it to left. That ball is off the wall, played by Stewart. Quickly gets it in. Santana digging for 2, and he is out. Nice play by Kristen Stewart. Played the carom well, threw a bullet to Jonathan Scope, and they nailed the greedy Domingo Santana.
Well, they really focus on the tags now. He's on the base, then he comes off. He's got the glove on him. Good job right there by keeping that glove on that target.
No challenge for Cleveland. Instead,
off the place it right off the wall perfectly. Good throw, bullet in there. Good tag, leaves it on. Cuts him down. Inning over. Excellent.
and it figures those two guys will be hitting in this inning after making big plays.
The Tigers have been very aggressive so far against Bieber. If you're going to be aggressive, you want to be on time. You don't want to be reaching for the ball. This guy's got good stuff. He throws so many strikes that it's hard to lay off. I get it.
1-1 to Jonathan Scope. It'll be Scope, Jamer Candelario, and Kristen Stewart for the Tigers here in the second. One and two. Scope 0 for 4 last night, but hits in 8 of his last 13 games. Another 1-2. Missed outside.
Two and two. You have to foul it off. He's on the corners a lot. You want to get the barrel on the ball.
Did just that. Another 2-2. Grounded, fair ball. It gets by Ramirez. Scope will dig for second, and he's got himself a leadoff double here in the Tigers' second.
Good job, Jonathan. Tigers have been hitting a lot of balls off the end of the bat, and Jonathan stays on this enough to get it over the bag, down into the corner. Ramirez disappointed he didn't catch it. Hang with him. Tigers with the golden opportunity here. Nobody out, man on second. Generally scores over 60% of the time.
Yeah, really good situation here for Jamer Candelario, who's been incredibly hot lately.
He's going to be trying to pull the ball, and Cleveland's going to be trying not to let him pull the ball.
Bieber's only started one Tiger hitter off with a strike so far here tonight.
Yeah, he's thrown it up.
Yep. We've talked about the torrid pace for Candelario as of late. Last 9 games, batting .393. With a ton of extra base hits. The 1-0 to him. On the edge.
Yeah, all of his pitches are, you got to reach for him. With accuracy and deception and change of speeds.
Now the 1-1. Foul tipped.
And he sneaks up there at 95. At the top. well placed.
Bieber last year, Gibby, got 364 swings and misses on breaking balls, more than any other pitcher in the major leagues.
He's got great control and great arm motion with it.
The 1-2. Ripped to first. Santana's going to try and cut down the runner, and he will.
That's a very good play by Santana. Most don't expect this to happen. It's a one-hopper, though. Look at it. Came right up and cut him down. You know,
Yeah, how many people expect that? I mean, that's not on Jonathan Scope, right? I mean, Jonathan Scope's going on that play, right?
Yeah, in general, but that's not the first time he's done that, I'm sure. So you don't want to just take it for granted. But
Okay.
I mean, as a good play, he made it. Santana moves it very quickly. A lot of times when you do that, you can make a mistake, but he did not. He made the play.
Here's Kristen Stewart. Turns on one, but yanks it foul. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2.
Lots of change of speed there. The first pitch, fastball in. Then he came back in with the breaking ball. 12-6. Stewie way out front.
Last game played for Stewart was Wednesday against Chicago. 0 for 3. See how he does here in the 0-2. Tried to hold up but went too far. Out number 2.
Well, you're trying to make hard contact against any pitcher, and Shane Bieber is very, very tough. This is the first inning, threw only 7 pitches. Look at this, is 3 hitters. Look at here. Go ahead, off the end of the bat, jammed right here, off the end of the bat. That ball is moving. It's not just straight. It may look like it on TV, but that's late movement. You're talking about him being the spin master. Very tough to gauge where the ball's going to go. If he makes a mistake out over the middle, you must take advantage of it and continue to make plays.
Is that the only way you combat it?
That's the way I would. I mean, it'd be my mindset. But you can't. Just because the guy's throwing a lot of strikes, don't just offer at it. You got to be patient and understand what are you swinging at good? Do you like the ball away? What do you match up best against that he's throwing? You got to stay there and get one in a position where you can hammer it. You can't say I don't want to. He strikes out a lot of guys. I mean, there was days that I had the mindset I don't want to strike out. That's not a good. Obviously, it's a negative thought process, and you're usually going to have a negative result.
1-1 to Cam Maben. Fouls it back. I thought it was pretty impressive what Maben did yesterday, Gibby. I mean, last at bat he homers. He told us earlier the first at bat his timing was off. He's still trying to get those butterflies out, even though he's been playing a long time. It can be difficult to be thrown back into the fire like that, but it was fun for him.
Yeah, when you get injured, you just get behind. Sometimes you have trouble catching up. Now that was pretty quick snap throw over there. Bieber looks like he just kind of does everything well.
Yeah.
Like he had the move there. This is like a little jump move. Go.
1-2 to Maben. Swing and a miss. A couple of strikeouts for Shane Bieber here.
You owned him.
You know, I have John Keating scripts at home, and he signed them. Thanks, I'll do this by myself. It's good stuff. Jim Thome, one of those better players we've seen against the Tigers. Fair to say?
100 runs, 100 walks, 100 strikeouts, played every day.
Yeah. Really good dude, too, huh?
When he was a rookie coming up, I was talking to him in the outfield. He's, the way he talks,
yeah.
he's a big boy. Big Toma, the Tominator. Got to know him and his family. He's like a gentle giant. Put that bat in his hand. Watch out. Married men off the infield.
Married men off the infield?
Yeah, did you ever heard of that?
Yeah, because that ball's going to be coming.
It's coming at you too hard.
Hot,
You're going to get hurt.
It's 2-1 to Sandy Leon. Now 2-2. Massive struggle for Leon against right-handers so far this year. 2 for 28. Here's the 2-2 from Turnbull.
Tell you what, it's hard enough to hit, let alone be a catcher and try to hit. That's a very tough position, not only physically but mentally.
You see with 2 strikes, they've moved back to their normal positions. Another 2-2 from Turnbull. A little high. Turnbull needed 14 pitches to get through the first, 12 to get through the second. Has 1 strikeout so far tonight. There's a couple of hits.
Walks have hurt the Tigers.
The 3-2. And Leon draws his 3rd walk of the series. We had mentioned Jim Thome being a Tiger killer. Menards brings you the big money encounter. These are just some of those we've talked about in the past. Jose Abreu we saw not too long ago. We saw Whit Merrifield earlier this year. We're looking at Jose Ramirez. Michael Brantley, long stint with the Indians. What's the most surprising name on that list?
You don't get surprised. These guys all got talent when they come to the big leagues. And
I would say Billy Butler.
just because of the type he was,
Well, he's just not
profile.
Not the known hitter that the others on the list are, per se.
Now we got a 1-0 count. We just walked leadoff guy. We want to watch Turnbull. I saw he got very frustrated after that walk. He did his last game. He can't fight himself. So we'll take a peek, see when you think about going over and chat with him. Jack, you can ask him. He'd get reactions like that.
Mercado cues it foul.
And here's his reaction. He walked the guy. It's okay to be critical, but you don't want to put yourself in a hole where you're getting on yourself too long. But I remember Darrell Evans. He would be over at first base. There was just an article. I don't know if you read it about most underrated.
Yeah,
Tiger.
I did see that, yeah.
He was team dad. Jack was doing that, and I think Darrell realized, nice pitch. Darrell, he realized that he needed to be stopped, and he just went, wah, like a baby crying.
To Jack?
Yeah.
How'd that sit?
Oh, we did it to each other all the time. Jack dished it out. He could take it. I'd yell it from right field because I'd be standing out there in the wind and the cold. But I did my share of crying.
It's 2-2 to Oscar Mercado.
But with the stuff that Spencer Turnbull has, he's trying to miss bats. There's just no doubt about it. And you would want to convince him not to worry about that. His stuff really moves more than most. And the odds are that they're going to make it out. And that's 2 timeouts, right, in the last 2 pitches?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what's going on here. We'll keep an eye on Austin Romine. See what he's thinking.
3-2. On the ground, a third, foul. When Mercado was so good, especially against Detroit a year ago, Gibby, where he batted .302. Mercado was number 1 among AL rookies in runs scored with 70, number 1 in stolen bases with 15, third in hits and third in doubles, and yet it has been a big-time struggle to start this season. Just 3 for his last 30. Here's the 3-2, and he walked him. Back-to-back walks for Cleveland to start the third. And now a message from DTE Energy.
Michigan's leader in renewable, affordable energy, DTE.
With Kirk Gibson and Johnny Kane, I'm Matt Shepard. Welcome to the ballpark. 40 pitches deep for Spencer Turnbull. Takes out the cue card as he gets ready for Cesar Hernandez.
Got a little something going on here. Turnbull obviously is frustrated. He's walked the first 2. This is where you want to keep an eye on Austin Romine. He's the catcher. He has not went out to the mound yet, being supportive, but he started to walk out and just turned around. I think it's interesting to watch what people do in duress, you know. You can see the defense, the way the Tigers got it rolling. Look for a double play.
Leon walked and Mercado walked to start this Cleveland third. Good bunt. Turnbull has 1 play. Not in time.
Headsy play. This little bunt, he just deadens it right there in front of the plate. He's safe. It's definitely safe.
Yep. No challenge from Ron Gardenhire's dugout. Bases loaded for Cleveland. Nobody down. And here's Jose Ramirez, who singled and stole a bag back in the first.
This is where the Tigers have to stop this inning. Last night it turned into 6. So this is where you maybe want to think about doing something a little different.
Jumps on the first pitch, and that's going to be over the head of Cam Maben. 1 hops off the wall. Ramirez will coast into second, and a couple of runs score for Cleveland. Jose Ramirez does it again to Detroit.
Now, did Ramirez swing at the first pitch last time? He ran on the first pitch, and he swung at this first pitch. Kind of a spinner up and out of the plate. Doesn't miss it. Cam Maben got caught sneaking in a little bit, looked like. And Cleveland puts 2 on the board.
And still nobody down with Francisco Lindor.
He's going to be looking to pull it, get the run in, and get the guy from second over.
Now the 1-0 outside. Saw Lindor taking early batting practice for Cleveland today. And as good as he is, it makes sense. Last 9 games, under 200 for Francisco Lindor. Just 194 over that stretch. Ahead in the count, 2-0 to Spencer Turnbull. 2 walks, a bunt single, and a 2-run double. Has accounted for a couple of Indians runs here in the third.
Well, just watching Spencer Turnbull, I made note about his frustration. What does it turn into? This is where you really got to buckle down, and everybody gets frustrated, but you have to keep yourself under control. Again, no communication really from the catcher. He's letting him do his thing. He feels like, you know, you're naturally going to be upset. You walk the first 2 guys, or if you make a mistake, any player is going to do that. When as a teammate do you make your contribution to try and get him back online? And he's fighting it right now. Got second and third. Nobody out.
Austin Romine fighting it a little bit too, Gibby. He took that one. I don't know if he took it off the hand or what, but he got clipped on that foul tip.
Good little break for Turnbull. Maybe that's part of what he's doing right now, is taking a little extra time. Take your out. You're in your third inning. Concede the run. Take your out. My thought process.
2-2. Swung on and missed. That's a big strikeout for Spencer Turnbull.
That's huge. Again, we've been watching, we've been following. Spencer has not had good command. Just missing right there on the 3-2 pitch. Talking to himself. He knows he doesn't want to do that. There's your next hitter. And he has to handle the bunt. Smart play. And then the first pitch hanger. Now he comes back with the strikeout against Lindor. That's a start. Same way here. I would concede the run. Tigers have the infield back, except on the left side of the diamond where, is that Goody over there? Candy. Or not Candy, that's Will Castro.
Yeah, that's something that Detroit failed to do last night. Bases loaded, and they went home, and Carlos Santana was able to get under the slide and extend that big inning for the Tribe. That big inning was the fourth. He scored 6 runs en route to the 10-5 win.
So you're asking yourself, you got Santana and then Van Mil Reyes. Who do you want? What guy do you want to transition through?
Reyes scares the living daylights out of you, especially because of his numbers as of late with men on base, runners in scoring position. You get Santana possibly on a strikeout, you probably walk Reyes, don't you?
I think Reyes is more anxious. You know, I mean, he's more apt to get himself out than Carlos Santana.
1-2 to Santana, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, they've made their choice. You're going to pitch to Santana. There's a lot of choices. You go after him like he is now. You pitch around him and see if he'll swing. You put him on. This would be a big strikeout. Go up top.
Moved his feet 2-2.
That's a good stop there with second and third. Austin Romine gets down in front of this quickly. Keeps it right in front of him. See how he got over in front of the ball and just directs it right down?
Textbook, huh?
Yes.
The more you watch him, the more you appreciate him.
Solid.
Yeah. Two and two to Carlos Santana.
And move in from left field.
Inside, a full count to him now.
You got Stewie out there. You know, you're an outfielder. Think about this is where you'd want to know what pitch was coming. If you knew he's coming inside to Santana, I would run in. Well, Turnbull was, winding up to the plate. Because if he makes the pitch, he's going to jam him.
Here's the payoff. Walked him. 3 walks in the inning.
Time for a break.
And here comes Rick Anderson. And this is a good discussion because of what this guy did last night. Time for StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. This is a lot of power here, folks. Exit velocity of 113 and 462 feet. 5th longest in the majors this year, and the 5th longest in this ballpark since 2015. That is country strong right there.
Yeah, do you remember the sequence?
I don't.
Well, we hung a slider the pitch before, and he missed it. And they got another one virtually a little farther over the plate. He likes the ball outer third over the plate. Not high, but just, down waist and top thigh. That looks like a danger zone to me. You got to make a pitch.
It's a long conversation with Rick Anderson and Austin Romine as Laz Diaz, the home plate umpire, has been out there for a while, asking him to hurry up. Need a ground ball here, Gibby.
Double play.
Yeah, you can double him up. Grounded to third his first time up, but it was a laser shot off the glove of Willie Castro, who took his time and got Reyes at first.
If you're out there, you're going to feel a little nervous. Maybe the ball's going to come to you. Got to turn that into a positive imprintation.
You got to want the ball in this situation. Missed on pitch number 1.
55 pitches, 30 strikes, 25 balls.
It's a 30-pitch inning, Gibby, for Turnbull so far here in the third.
He's going to cut his innings off.
Number 30 will be on the way right here.
Well, he's trying to throw a strike.
1-0. Another one low.
He's got such good movement on his pitches. It's hard to throw him for a strike. Right down the middle he's aiming, I promise you. Saw him in Florida. I mean, this guy, he's just got electric stuff. How do you harness it?
The 2-0 to Reyes. Foul back. Reyes's numbers with men on base and runner in scoring position are off the chain. I mean, 412 with men on base, 600 with men in scoring position.
No, he went for that. He had to get played. Did you see what he did, though? Just dropped one of these on there. 96 miles per hour. Reached back and got a little bit extra.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Dirty pitch to make it even.
Throw 96 away. He misses it. Now he says, I got to speed it up a little bit. There it goes. Look at him. Barely got his fingers on there. Come in on him right now.
Sound effects included.
Get it in
the
there.
2-2. On the ground to short. Goodrum to Scope. The turn in time. Tigers get the double play they need. It could have been a lot worse, but Spencer Turnbull got one of the scarier hitters in the lineup to ground out 6-4-3. 2-0 Tribe.
Let's take a look at our bell tire pitch by pitch. Look at the curveball coming out of Shane Bieber's hand right there. It's outstanding. Look at the downward action. We talked about spin. Tigers are not picking that up till late. He's held the Tigers to no runs and a hit.
Just the one hit, courtesy of Jonathan Scope. He doubled to lead off the second. Tigers couldn't get him home. Bieber will face Austin Romine, Victor Reyes, and then top of the order for Nico Goodrum. 0-2 to Romine.
Look at that. 0.95.
Minuscule.
And
fourth round draft pick of Cleveland in 2016. Played his college ball at Cal Santa Barbara. And played some summer ball in the Cape at Yarmouth Dennis. Good baseball if you ever get a chance to go out there. Here's the 1-2. And Romine looks at strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Shane Bieber.
look at something else. Sneaks the fastball right by him. Sneaky fast.
You hear that phrase a lot. What does that mean? Does it mean he hides the ball well, or he
Don't pick it up, yeah. Or he's got a long stride and he gets closer to you.
starts Victor Reyes out with a strike?
Now, our guy's throwing pretty good too. This Beaver guy, look at where his misses are. His ball is starting in the zone. If we replay that, you can see that curveball start in the zone and it goes out. So he's enticing the Tiger hitters to offer. Watch this one. In the box. That one just above it. You know, you probably don't watch it when you're watching the game. Really, what's this pitcher? How's he locked up? Him and Reyes locked up.
Reyes a couple of hits last night in 4 at-bats.
Look at the motion. It's pretty simple. Look at the balance point. Gets his arm behind, hides it.
Now another 0-2. And he tried to check it, but he went too far. 4 straight strikeouts now for Shane Bieber.
Just feeling it right now.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell. That's a fork ball. See that?
Man. Well, there's a reason he leads the league in strikeouts.
That goes straight down. Jack Morris went to the Hall of Fame on that pitch.
43 punch-outs on the year coming into the game. He's got 4 already here tonight. And again, ahead in the count to Nico Goodrum. The 0-1. Goodrum flew out in the first, and it was deep. It was a lot deeper. That ball carried a lot further than I think most people would have thought, but Mercado caught it right at the fence in left center. Here's the 1-1.
Now, you watch what I'm talking about. When he throws, his pitch is going in this box, then it's going out. We're swinging. That one curveball, it started right in here. Shoo. The other one just went this way. Now, when the hitter's looking at this, it's hard to lay off. And he's starting to get a wider strike zone. Have you noticed that? He's kind of settling in here. Umpire likes what he sees, picking it up well. He's getting some calls.
Walks Goodrum with 2 away here in the third, though.
Might have got away with one right at the top corner.
Now here's Willie Castro. You talked last night, Gibby, about making things happen, right? Especially against a team like Cleveland seems to do that. Is this a good spot to run Nico Goodrum in your mind?
It is. I don't know if they can see the signs. You want to pick a breaking ball. He's got a quick move, though. He almost balked there.
0-2 now to Willie Castro.
He's got a quick move to first, so you're not going to get off there too far.
Goodrum stole a bag last night. Good breakdown for Bieber.
.40 pitches.
Yep. A strikeout away from getting out of the third in very efficient fashion. There goes Goodrum. The throw from Leon is not going to get him. Second stolen base of the series for Nico Goodrum. Tigers have a runner in scoring position with 2 away.
Got a pitch. It actually was a fastball. Good break, right, Nico? Took a little peek in there. Realized he better get on his horse. In scoring position. The catchers. They hate it when the guys. They do want everybody. Good secondary lead.
See if Castro can come through here. 3 RBIs on the season. As Bieber looks back Goodrum. Time is called. Sandy Leon.
See Jim Leland's comments about how to speed the game up?
From earlier in the year?
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. I was just reading through the paper. You know, they have subtitles to different. He says that the hitters are the ones that slow the game down because they step on, they do their walk-up song, they can make it much quicker.
He's here tonight. This one gets away from Leon, and Goodrum moves up to third.
He's got a point. Probably would work.
Yeah, I saw him earlier today, looking sharp as always. Looking like he's got his summer golf outfit on.
So, I mean, right now, he's talking about just get in the box. No walk-up song, first AB only. I'd like to hear him. I'll hopefully run into him here in a day or two and have him explain it, because he's very passionate when he's very smart, a lot of experience, and well-rounded and seated to make those kind of.
Oh, Castro looks at called strike 3. Bieber strikes out the side in the third, and the Tigers.
This past December, Spencer Turnbull accompanied Matthew Boyd and his wife Ashley to Uganda to witness up close exactly what the Boyds are doing to help end child sex slavery through prevention. It's part of their mission for their nonprofit called Kingdom Home. Now, Uganda has one of the world's youngest populations. Nearly 80% of the country is under the age of 30, and 1 in 10 Uganda children are orphans. And Spencer would say after that trip, you know, that it was perspective change. He says, hard for your heart not to be impacted at least a little bit. Mine was pretty dramatically impacted. And he said, you know, coming out of that, I looked at Matthew and what they're doing, and he says, you know, what can I do down the road? How can I make an impact on the lives of others? So Spencer, at 27 years old, a smart young man, and certainly, you know, gaining some great world perspective to be able to accompany one of his good friends, Matthew Boyd, this past December.
Yeah, and remember last year he was looking to help the folks in Nashville, torn apart a little bit by a tornado. So he's getting more involved. He's learning, he's maturing, and it helps to have a guy like Matthew Boyd to help guide him there.
Yeah, and for Matthew's part, he's only 29 years old, you know, and I think for a lot of us, we always ask what we can do, how can we do more. To have a couple of these young leaders on this staff, it's pretty special.
What, you weren't doing that at 29? You trying to tell me you weren't helping people in Uganda?
I wasn't.
I can't even say that I was thinking about helping anybody but my immediate family, for crying out loud.
No, that's what's incredible about it.
I know.
So it's cool, but it's just cool, like, you know, to me, it's we look at these guys as players, and we talk about Spencer, you know, having the 2 quality starts, and we always talk about his stuff and his mechanics. But then on the other side of it, you actually see that he's a young man, and, you know, with a big heart. So anyway, it's pretty sweet.
Sure is. Spent the whole offseason researching and developing his approach as well, and, you know, just taking everything into consideration to make himself a better pro. Here he is in a 2-0 game with Shane Bieber. Got the first out here in the Cleveland fourth, and now Domingo Santana. But it's 2-0 to him.
Gave up 2 runs in the third. Frustration. How's he going to do in the fourth? So far, so good.
Guided that one in there, 2-1. Turnbull actually showed some moxie there in the third, don't you think, Gibby? I mean, sure, he walked 3, but did a nice job of getting that double play off Reyes. It could have been a lot worse. Stop the bleeding at 2.
They walked the first 2 leadoff, the leadoff guy, the first 2 hitters.
Deep in the hole, Goodrum plants that foot on a skip to Candelario to get Santana by a step.
If you could come down and watch these guys practice, they practice those throws every day. He's bouncing it on purpose. Gets on top. Nice long hop for Candy. Pitcher likes that. That's why you want to let him swing the bat.
Let that improved defense help you. Here's Sandy Leon. He walked and scored back in the third.
Yeah, we've seen more consistent execution, I think, of some of the basic fundamentals that help you win games.
No doubt. No doubt about it. We saw Stewart with a nice throw earlier in the ball game. We saw the double play in the third, and that play right there by Goodrum is one you want to remember. Leon turns on one, sends it into the right field corner, and it gets under the glove of Maben. Sandy Leon has his 4th hit of the season and his first extra base hit of the year. It comes with 2 out here in the 4th.
Cam Maben, he just came off, was it a hamstring or a calf? This is hard. He's trying
Quad.
to get over there, the quad.
Yep.
This isn't what you can't bend over. That really is dangerous to re-injure it. Gets it in, holds Leon to a 2-out double.
And now the number 9 hitter, Oscar Mercado.
Done it last time. He'll do it again. Get to the top of the order.
Yep. Walked and scored back in the 3rd. Fouls one off. See his season numbers there. 5 for 33 against right-handed pitchers this year is Oscar Mercado. All 5 of his hits off righties. Held up to make it 1-1.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed pitch. 97. Let one go. Low of 80.
Yeah, he's amped it up 96, 97 a number of times. It's a good-looking shot right there.
Trying to get out of it.
Here's the 1-1. He missed low an awful lot here today. I don't know if you read anything into that, Gibby, but
That's where he's supposed to be down there. I think Beaver's got a couple low pitches. If you're an outfielder, I'd really like to know where the location was and what pitch was coming, because I would play shallower and try and stop that run from scoring. I would cheat in.
now 2-2. Maybe it's because of so many of his pitches move so much that he has
for sure
struggled to throw strikes.
He's got a good arm. He's got good mechanics.
The 2-2 to Mercado. Working hard to get through this one. You saw the 3rd. A lot of pitches there in the 3rd. Couple over what Gibby would call the ideal number of 14 per inning.
Looks like Maven's cheated in a little bit here. Stewart still deep, as well as Reyes.
3-2, hammered on the ground and between the legs of Leon. Good concentration by Goodrum. He makes all 3 assists to get Spencer Turnbull out here in the 4th. Tigers need to generate some offense. Maybe it'll start with Miguel Cabrera. On Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire, home of the lowest tire price, period, and a contact-free experience. And by GMC. Visit your local Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealer today for exceptional offers all month long. Tigers offense trying to generate something. Limited to just one Jonathan Schoop double so far against Shane Bieber as he works his way into the bottom of the 4th against Miguel Cabrera, Jonathan Schoop, and Jamer Candelario.
Let's take a look here. We were talking about how hard it is to see what his pitchers are doing. We're going to look right here from behind. He's got great spin, great motion. His finish is good. See how sharp that's moving at the end?
What a great perspective that is, huh? Our cameraman, Jim Zenek, right behind Sandy Leon with that shot.
Coming in now.
Right into your family room.
Now, let's look. You saw 2 of them. The first one, he'd have to reach down and away. This one jammed him up and in. There he is. Learned everything he did at a show called The Locker Room.
Oh, boy. The camera's going to start shaking now. Cabrera strikes out to start the fourth.
This just has no hump in it. Now let's go from behind. Look at. I didn't see anything. Just disappeared. It's a good pitch. He's got good stuff and good command of it all.
6 strikeouts for Bieber in the last 7 batters. The only interruption was a Goodrum walk with 2 out in the 3rd.
I'll tell you, you sit and watch where the target is and watch where the ball goes.
The 0-1 to Scope. Scope doubled to lead off the second. He pulled it inside the bag down the third baseline under the glove of Jose Ramirez.
Now watch, on a breaking ball, he'll aim for the glove and it will move off of that. He's like sometimes hitters, he made like a shin guard, okay? He might aim at the mask of a catcher. It looks like to me, you can see Bieber starting the ball right at the glove and then it's breaking away out of the zone. He hasn't missed the target yet.
1-2 to Jonathan Scope. High and tight.
Thinking about getting down there for that slider. He does that. I said a little something about that in the open, remember?
Yeah, we got one of those too.
Yeah,
I'd like to
well,
see something like that
it's
from
a
the
good
Tigers.
pitch.
Yeah.
It's a good pitch. I thought last night on Franmil Reyes that he had a good spot to do it.
Now the 2-2 swung on and missed.
Filthy. Look at that. Just went straight down. Is that a split? You can see the circle on the back, but not the front.
Back-to-back strikeouts to start the fourth. Here's Jeimer Candelario.
Here's what the lefty sees.
Swing and miss. Candelario grounded out to Santana. His first time out, Santana threw out Scope at third base. So the fielder's choice for Candelario, but it surprised a lot of people that Santana would just come up, fire a shot over to third, and nail Jonathan Scope trying to advance. Now 2-1 to him.
Watching Bieber here, just look how calm he is, and his mechanics look like they hold together pretty good.
Yeah, very under control. Isn't he?
A lot of Danny Herron. Just you can tell he's got a good acumen for the game and where to throw it.
3-1 to Candelario. Full count.
3-1 count. Looked like that ball was going to be up and away. Backdoored it. They'd given up on it.
The payoff. And he plows through the Tigers' order in the fourth. Second time Detroit's gone in order. Bieber strikes out the side again. We expected a pitcher's duel, didn't we? We've got it. It's 2-0 Cleveland as we head to the fifth. App is the only place to get all your baseball action, in-game video highlights, live pitch by pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, standings, and much more. Download the MLB app today, the #1 app for live baseball. Spencer Turnbull is 76 pitches deep. He begins the fifth against the top of the Cleveland order. Cesar Hernandez, Jose Ramirez, and Francisco Lindor for the Tribe. Cleveland 11-9 on the year. The Tigers 9-8 on the season. Hernandez bunted his way on in the third. Now 2-1. That's not surprising considering Hernandez last year led the National League in infield hits. He had 25 as a member of the Phillies. Here's the 2-1. Sliced it the other way, but right at Kristen Stewart. 1 out. Can't be home to watch the Tigers? Just download Fox Sports Go on your mobile device and stream Tigers games live. Never miss another Tigers game again with Fox Sports Go. Beautiful Saturday night with Kirk Gibson, Johnny Kane, John Keating, Dan Petrie, Craig Monroe, and our entire Fox Sports Detroit crew. Glad you're on board for Game 2 of this 3-game series. Jose Ramirez has been a thorn in Detroit's side. Singled and stole a base in the first and hit a 2-run double in the third. He's the reason Cleveland leads it 2-0. Missed outside 2-0.
Here's a guy definitely you don't want to be behind in the count in, and again, I think you need to expand the plate and not telling you to hit him. I'm just saying make sure that he respects that outside corner.
Well, you remember the season he started last year was a struggle. The first half of the year he batted .218, had only 7 homers and 35 runs driven in. Second half he ignited, ended up with 23 bombs and 83 ribbies on the year. Now 3-1.
He's really good, Ramirez, at getting a good pitch and hitting it.
Pretty good at taking a 1-out walk here in the 5th, too. That's the 4th walk allowed by Spencer Turnbull here tonight. And now here comes Francisco Lindor.
Don't let him go. Hold him.
There you go.
Got to hold him. When pitchers have an average move, you want to really put the pressure on them. Hopefully you can make them rush and throw a juicy one to your teammate at the plate.
So he's thrown over twice in a row, and this is where you always kind of test us, Gibby. You say, is he going to throw 3 in a row?
He's watching that hip or that leg coming over this way.
He stays.
That's a good job. See, Ramirez did his job there. See, Spencer he rushed it. He slide stepped. That maybe make it tougher to hit your location. After you get experience and time, you are able to do it. Holding the ball is the most disruptive thing you can do. Bigger lead.
There he goes. The throw from Romine. And a second stolen base from Jose Ramirez. And what a jump, huh?
Yeah, in those situations, I believe you just throw over, you hold and step off, you throw over, you slide step. It's the only way you can stop a guy that good. Nevertheless, 1 down, men in scoring position. Now we need to get the hitter. And he's pretty good as well.
Yeah, he sure is. At least 30 homers and 40 doubles in each of the last 3 seasons for Francisco Lindor. Swings through that to make it 1-2.
I'm looking at Ramirez. He's thinking about third. Got one guy over in this side. He's got to beat him to the bag. It's hard to catch a throw on the run.
And the 1-2. Knocked down by Romine, and a nice job there as a backstop. Tigers pen getting busy. John Schreiber. The 2-2. Barely stayed alive.
Now we talk about how guys. You said watch how look how he takes that front arm and just stays on it. It's you just get a piece. Hopefully you hang one shot. You couldn't have described it better. Just hangs on. He's trying to stay alive. That's a tough pitch. It's what you'd expect a developing hitter to be able to do.
Another 2-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. The third strikeout of the night for Spencer Turnbull.
Looks like Lindor doesn't like the pitch up. Huh, Shep? Look at chases out of the zone a little bit. Good movement. Good velo. Went out to go.
Listen, it's just a couple of games we've seen Francisco Lindor, and I think people, if they've been watching our broadcast, they know how much we respect him and like him, but he doesn't look like the same player right now. Here's Carlos Santana. Strikeout and a walk so far tonight.
You know, you watch those guys like Lindor, you won't see him out of the lineup.
Misfired to make it 1-0.
He'll stay in there. The good ones.
With the walk in the third, Santana has now been on base in 18 of the 20 games in which he's played. That's low and away, 2-0.
There's the usage. 2 hits on the two-seamer. 4-seam, no hits. But he's throwing the kitchen sink at him. Good 1-0 changeup right there to Carlos Santana.
The 2-0 swung on and missed.
5-3-2 counts. So that's an extended at bat. And he's in 94 pitches, so he's probably not going to be allowed to go too much longer.
Santana's gone 3-2 on his previous 2 plate appearances. And now it's 3-1.
You know what's interesting about Santana is how he looks like he's going to really let it rip, and he just stops. He's got great control. Must have really good eyes. Doesn't lead with his shoulder. He stays in like a sitting position, and he just slides that front leg out there and takes it. Most would chase.
And the 3-1 on the edge. Good pitch there. And another 3-2. Third time that it's happened against Santana. Santana batting just $169, but his on-base percentage is 4.25. As we mentioned before, that's because of the 27 walks.
Crowd him.
You want it inside?
Yeah. He's going to sit soft and sit out over the plate. Impact pitch right here.
The 97th of the night for Turnbull. And it's driven to left center, and that's going to find the alley. Ramirez will score. Santana has himself an RBI double. Now 3-0 Cleveland.
And this guy's a good hitter, just right out over the plate, and look at him stay on it.
RBI number 4 on the season for Carlos Santana, and it forces an early exit for Spencer Turnbull, with the Indians leading 3-0. His coverage all day long, beginning with Tigers Live at noon with John Keating, Dan Petrie, Craig Monroe, Johnny Kane, right here on Fox Sports Detroit. Michael Fulmer will get the nod. Ron Gardenhire's club, who turns now to John Schreiber here with 2 out. In the 5th, it's a wall side windows pitching change.
Hasn't been scored upon. This is his 7th appearance, and he's got a big situation right here. Tigers are trailing 3-0. Got to hold them down, stay close.
Faces Franmil Reyes, who fouls it back.
And if you're the Tigers and Ron Gardenhire, you've got to do whatever you can to keep it. Schreiber, I like this matchup against Reyes. He's got kind of a funky sidearm, but he's got 0-1 count. Widen that plate up a little bit right now. Just my opinion.
Schreiber has held opponents scoreless in 12 of his last 13 outings. That dates back to the middle of September last year against the Yankees. Reyes, a couple of groundouts so far tonight. Pops this one up to right. Maben camps under it. He's got it. Schreiber does what he was supposed to do.
Game summary. Shane Bieber, boy, he's got struck out 8 of the last 9 Tiger hitters. There you can see using all his pitches, the slider, the knuckle curve, the fastball. That's a good curveball there. Tiger hitters having a tough time picking that spin up. Bieber's the best that I've seen this year. All of his pitches where we may be missing just off. He's right on the corner. He's got pinpoint control, but the Tigers are still in this game down 3-0.
He's a really good example of a guy who doesn't necessarily overpower you. He just outpitches you. Don't you think?
Yeah, but his fastball, you're seeing 94, 95. He's sneaky.
Yeah.
But when you're watching, I mean,
seems like he's always ahead of the hitter, though, too.
he doesn't miss.
Yeah.
0-2.
Has 8 strikeouts tonight, at least 8 strikeouts in every start so far this season. The 0-2 to Stewart takes it high, and Stewart was actually his first strikeout victim back in the 2nd. Every Tiger but Goodrum has struck out against Bieber. Didn't go. It's 2-2 to Kristen Stewart.
He's got that slider. He's got that curveball, fastball, pinpoint control, and they saw him throw that split change.
It's hard to sit on one. It's hard to necessarily cancel one out then, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't sit on one. I mean, he's got whatever he wants as he can hit a spot.
Down goes Stewart.
The downward action of the pitch.
Cameron Maben steps in after striking out his first time up, but did homer last night. He's Chevrolet's strongest player. The home run, first homer as a Tiger since September of 2016, and it means he's the 9th player in Tigers history to homer in 3 different decades. He joins a who's who list as well, including my partner, Kirk Gibson.
Who's who? Just shows that you stuck around too long for me.
Some pretty
70s,
impressive
80s,
names.
and 90s for me, yeah. Charlie Gehringer, look at there.
Yeah. Mr. K-Line, your good
Ty
buddy
Cobb.
Alan Trammell, Lou Whitaker, Ty Cobb, Miguel Cabrera, and Vic Wirtz.
Tram. Little cutter right there.
Maben said that was a really cool thing. When he found that out, he thought it was Very cool. He got some text last night, but he was so bummed out about losing the game, now 2-2, that he didn't really pay much attention to it. I did ask him why it's so important. He's one of those guys who keeps everybody involved, right, with texts after wins and even after losses. He says, we don't cherish the victories enough. Too many times we get bummed about losses, but we don't remember and really value the wins. It's hard to win in this game, he said earlier today.
The other guys are trying to. Tell you, Las Diaz is enjoying the game tonight.
3-2, back up the middle. But there is Hernandez, and there's 2 away here in the Tigers' 5th. Here's Austin Romine with 2 away. Not a bad night for Shane Bieber, is it?
Not so far, but, get one up the middle, Schenberger, get him out of there somehow, extend an inning, get in that bullpen. It can't be worse than him.
Romine breaks his bat and loops one to right for the second hit of the night for Detroit. And now a message from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Check out the 2020 Ford F-150 now at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Tigers with a runner on and 2 down. Here's Victor Reyes. A strikeout victim in the 3rd. Three runs on 6 hits for Cleveland. The Romine single to right, just the second hit of the night for the Tigers. This one skips by Leon. Romine cruises into second.
This is big. Tigers can get a run right here. Get within 2. Means you get one guy on and somebody at the plate is the tying run. I would sit soft the whole at bat here until you got 2 strikes. He's just too good right now. Maybe you can get a hanger, like a cutter, or a breaking ball if you can stay back. He's generally been getting ahead, and then he's got his pick. But 1-0 count. Reyes is ahead, and they're probably not going to throw him a fastball, only up in the zone. You don't want to try and hit that out of the park, so you try and take it.
3rd time the Tigers have had a runner in scoring position. Scope in the 2nd, Goodrum in the 3rd, and now Romine here in the 5th. The 1-0 to Reyes, outside.
Here's that curveball. That's down the middle. It's nice to hit. Still be sitting soft. Look for something up.
The 2-0 swung on and missed.
Change up. He had a good cut, though. You're a hitter and you're 2-0 and you're going to let it go. You don't want to adjust and slow your bat down. You want to swing through it like you did. 2-1 count, still up in the count.
Now the 2-1.
Breaking ball.
And Bieber looks like he's always in command, doesn't he?
That's a good pitch to hit if he can sit back, elevated. Because his fastball to me looks really sneaky. He might get one right here.
Here's the 2-2.
Nice
Just
job.
took that out of Leon's mitt.
Good job.
Romine singled to right with 2 out, then advanced to second on the wild pitch from Bieber. It's 2-2 to Victor Reyes. Grounds it foul. Ron Gardner has Reyes in center field tonight, Gibby, because he wanted to give Jacoby Jones a day off in the series. He said, It was either going to be tomorrow or it was going to be tonight. And knowing Bieber's so tough on righties,
Yeah.
he wanted the left-handed stick Reyes in there tonight. You'll see Jones in there tomorrow. And probably Harold Castro in the lineup tomorrow as well.
I think it was smart.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Reyes goes down for the second time tonight. This weekend, the Tigers honor the 100th anniversary of the Negro Leagues by paying tribute to baseball's great Norman Turkey Stearns, who played center field for the Detroit Stars and was elected into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2000. Thank you, Norman Turkey Stearns. We celebrate your place in baseball history. 3 career stints with the Stars and a 5-time All-Star.
How did he get the nickname?
The way he ran looked like a turkey.
They're quick.
You would know. John Schreiber works the 6th. Tyler Naquin, Domingo Santana, and Sandy Leon do up for the Indians. They scored 2 in the 3rd and 1 in the 5th.
It's going to be a good game to come back and get the victory.
You feeling it?
I'm feeling what it would feel like to do it. You know what I'm saying? How the Tigers would feel they can somehow hold the Indians down and come back and win this game.
Got 6 comeback wins on the year.
Just the mindset, you can't. It's a good game.
It has been a good
Well
game.
pitched.
Yeah. Can't help but be impressed the way Bieber has attacked the Tigers hitters. Naquin grounds it foul. One for 7 in the series for Tyler Naquin. Couple of groundouts tonight. 1 to Willie Castro at 3rd and 1 to Nico Goodrum at short. Now the 1-2. Another one yanked foul. Naquin played his college ball at Texas A&M. Cleveland's first-round pick, 15th overall in 2012. And if you remember the 2016 Rookie of the Year race that was won by Michael Fulmer, who starts tomorrow, Gary Sanchez finished 2nd. Naquin finished 3rd in that race. On a Sunday hop for Goodrum, 1 away. Johnny Kane.
Hey, Shep, you guys are just talking about it. Well, MLB making efforts to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Negro Leagues. They're going to have cutouts of former players that will be installed at certain parts of the ballparks, even in the player dugouts. There you see Cool Papa Bell, maybe the greatest name in the Negro Leagues. Wilbur Bullet Rogan, Biz Mackey, Rube Foster, and, of course, Turkey Stearns you were talking about. Well done, by the way, knowing his unusual running style from a young age. That's where he got his name, the Hall of Fame inductee. Of course, he has a plaque out here in straightaway center field outside of Comerica Park as well. So that'll be coming up on Sunday. So pretty neat tribute. And, again, the guys will be wearing commemorative logos as well, commemorative patches, I guess I should say, on the uniforms.
Who had the nickname Bullet, Johnny?
Wilbur Bullet Rogan.
I love it.
But Cool Papa Bell was faster than Bullet Rogan.
They say.
That's what they say.
Remember, you remember the wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, Bob Bullet Hayes?
I do.
Yeah. That's what kind of caught my ear there. That was good stuff. The thing about that is, and Johnny and I, we talked about it yesterday because we went to the Negro Leagues Museum, and then we asked Cameron Maben about that earlier today. He said it's so important, right, to enrich the inner city youths with it. It showed him the will, the sacrifice, the stick-to-itiveness of all those men who went through it. It's a great life lesson, without question.
We talked about it. A lot of guys in the game today. And what we've seen, obviously, with baseball, with, Turkey Stearns and Cool Papa Bell, a lot of these guys have been inducted into Cooperstown. And just the influence they've had on the game. Just some of the stories, again, guys like you and me, didn't necessarily have the opportunity to watch them play. And maybe there's not a lot of footage to see what these guys had done. So, a lot of it's this baseball lore. I keep going back to Cool Papa Bell. They would say he'd sometime take 2 or 3 bags on a bunt. I mean, this is the stuff of legend. But, tremendous ball players, not just in the Negro Leagues, but in the history of this great game.
Yeah, without question. The 100th anniversary, and Maven said it's such an honor to be part of that history, to be able to play on the stage where they celebrate the 100th history. There are 2 away here in the 6th. John Schreiber with a ground out, and then you got Domingo Santana looking at strike 3. Now he faces Sandy Leon. On base twice, and a run scored. Pulls it foul. Schreiber's such a good story out of that bullpen, and how he's grown even in a short period of time, just from summer camp, where he at times struggled a little bit.
The delivery adds a dimension to his pitches.
Yeah. Really starting to shape his pitches. You told us earlier, shaping my pitches are starting to get where I wanted them, because he gave up 8 runs in 2 inter-squad games. And then during the regular season just has been lights out. Missed to make it 1-2.
I had Brad Ziegler, and you got to get him to be able to throw the ball up and down, because these guys start just looking down, and they get on you.
Popped foul. Another one, same spot.
They keep fouling him off.
Well, that's what Ron Gardenhire likes about Schreiber. He said he seems to attack everybody.
Trying to keep this game 3-0 right now. Spencer Turnbull, 5 innings. Pitched a good game. He's not good enough right now, but has held the Tigers close enough to get a chance to win.
This one smoked foul.
I think as we watch Spencer Turnbull throw, and he's the guy who's reflective and is evaluating what he's tried to do, what he did. I think he's getting closer and closer to understanding how to make adjustments for future success.
This one sent to left. Kristen Stewart's there. That's a 1-2-3 for John Schreiber. First time time now for your T-Mobile ticket to the game. Cleveland's winning streak of 18 straight over the Tigers, second most of any opponent in baseball since 1969. Only Baltimore's 23 straight against the Royals. The Yankees have beaten Baltimore 18 straight. Orioles playing better than I think most people thought to start the year. Shane Bieber goes to work here in the 6th. He's thrown 78 pitches. Got to get that pitch count up, Gibby.
Well, he's probably good to 100. He throws a pile of strikes, and they're all different pitches, as we showed his distribution.
Yeah, 51 of his 79 pitches thrown tonight, folks, are strikes.
He got loose about the 3rd inning and just really mowed the Tigers down.
You know,
You can't get frustrated. You got to just, like if you want to go up there and take some pitches, you're going to be taking strikes.
Bradley Zimmer in left field now. This one stroked to center, and Mercado has that for the first out in the 6th. Bieber struck out 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. Goodrum, the only Tiger yet to strike out against Shane Bieber, and here's Willie Castro.
I mean, his high in pitches this year, 106. So
he's got plenty left in that tank.
Again, if he starts missing, Tigers can run the count up, put an inning together.
On the ground to first for Santana, who leads Bieber for the 2nd out. Tigers Youth Summer Baseball Camps are happening right now. Sign your child up to receive expert baseball instruction under the safest conditions. Camps run for 5 days, and all participants receive a full Tigers uniform, just like the big leaguers. To register, visit tigers.com/camps. Kids taking ground balls at Notre Dame Prep there, huh?
I don't even where you see kids play baseball, hockey, football now. Everything's shut down, is it not?
No, I've seen plenty of kids playing baseball. Yep. My daughter goes out and does some lacrosse practice, and I'll look over at the field and I'll see those little guys running around the bases in their uniforms, and I think I got a big smile on my face. Another 1-2-3 inning for Shane Bieber. That was quick.
I want to make sure everybody at home is up to speed on the latest news and notes around baseball. How about Garrett Cole continuing to get it done, winning his 20th straight decision last night? That's the third longest in the history of this great game. St. Louis Cardinals back at it at the White Sox, won both games of a doubleheader. Mind you that the Cardinals only played 5 games up to this point.
They're fresh.
They're now in playoff position.
They're fresh.
4-3. And not good here tonight and tomorrow. The games with the Pirates and the Reds postponed because Cincinnati had a unnamed player, test positive with COVID-19. So we'll keep an eye on that one, Shep.
All right, thanks, Johnny. New pitcher for the Tigers. It's a wall-side windows pitching change. Jose Cisnero. We see him for the 10th time this year.
Cisnero, I don't think he's given up a hit to the first hitter in any of his appearances. I think they're 0 for 9. Very important. 3-0 right here. Got to find a way to keep Cleveland held down right here. Hope you can score 3 or more. Just extend it, the game as long as you have to. Get Bieber out of there, and hopefully they get somebody comes in and doesn't have their command. Hits a guy, somebody makes an error. Next thing you know, you get a big fly. You got a tie game. That's what I'm thinking.
By the way, Johnny had mentioned Garrett Cole with the 20 straight wins. Struck out 8, didn't walk any, threw 95 pitches in the win over the Red Sox last night. So the all-time record for consecutive victories is 24 by Carl Hubble back in 1936-37.
He's going after him. That's a lot.
That is a ton. Cole is tied with Roger Clemens and Jake Arrieta for third all-time.
That reminds me of Oral Hershiser, 59. What is it? 59 2/3 scoreless.
Scoreless.
What one will be broken first, Hershiser's or Cole?
I don't know. I would say Cole because of the way guys throw today. I mean, the Hershiser stuff is that's outrageous.
When you played behind him, you could put your glove in the outfield as a left fielder on the ground for the first 5 innings because it wasn't coming in the air, and if it was a grounder, you could pick it up with your hands. It was, you don't really realize that you're trying to win the ball games. That's just unreal. I mean, imagine 9-inning games.
You ever seen anybody in a groove like that, as far as the pitcher's concerned, who you played with?
Just, like, watch the sky, guys. Somebody's got to call it.
Scope does. One away.
Well, that was incredible. I mean, that's 6 games plus.
Yeah.
That nobody scored on him. That gives you a pretty good chance to win those games, doesn't it?
I would guess so.
Jack got in the groove, for a period of time. Aurelio Lopez off our team coming out of the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
Really unassuming guy, great guy, just out there in his no sleeves ever.
Perfect for his role, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he could pitch all the time. And when people would ask him about why he wasn't cold, he used to drink straight jalapeno juice. Tried it one day, one time.
I bet you did.
They called him Senior Smoke.
For a lot of reasons.
Straight jalapeno. You'd go in there on a Sunday morning after a late night in a day game, he'd be drinking the juice.
Oh, goodness. That's nuts. He was 10-1 in 1984, man.
How many innings and appearances did he have?
Well, he threw 138 innings.
Out of the pen.
Yeah, out of the pen. How many appearances? 71.
That's almost
being reliable.
one inning and 2/3 an appearance.
2-1 to Hernandez outside, 3-1 now.
We got to get this guy. Top of the order for the Tribe. Ramirez on deck. Don't want to give him anybody on base.
Now it's 3-2.
You see like Cleveland right there. 3-1 count. He's taken all the way. Just making you throw the strike, and now he's got to throw no. Just kind of, that's a way that you just stay there, extend what you have.
And confident with 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2. Foul back.
Because they can do that. Tigers have become better at it. Their philosophy is the same, but not quite there. Hitting the ball out of the park. And if you don't hit the ball out of the park, that's where the contact can come in, especially.
Another payoff pitch. And Hernandez draws a 1-out walk. Tigers bullpen very reliable in the month of August. Just the 1 home run allowed and the strikeout to walk ratio impressive. They're among the best in baseball when holding a lead at home this year as well. Haven't had that opportunity in the 2 games against Cleveland so far. Here's Jose Ramirez. Just so aggressive.
He swung 3 times at the first pitch for sure, maybe 4.
Some would say you're too comfortable when you're doing that.
Well, he can reach a lot. Look how balanced he is. Tigers swept Pittsburgh, and then they got Chicago, a little better team.
Yeah,
Playing
Chicago
a little
took
better.
2 out of
Now
3.
they've got Cleveland. They're battle tested, so it's a good test for the Tigers. Tigers aren't playing bad. They're hanging in there, but obviously we'd like to get this game.
Ramirez's best year was 2018. That's when he had 39 homers and 105 runs driven in and finished 3rd in the MVP race.
He's trying to hit that one out of the park. See the shift right there? He got him in the pull. Will Castro, shortstop, playing up the middle now.
1-2. Soft foul. Ramirez led the league in doubles in 2017 with 56. He's got 5 already this year, including 1 here tonight. Here's the 1-2 foul back. Just a tough out, man. It's just a guy who battles in the batter's box. You gotta earn the out against this kid.
Yeah, I would double whatever pitch you pick. You know what I'd pick. I would double it up. If I missed, it'd be 3-2, and then I would go away to another pitch. You got to double something up. Impact.
Got to watch Hernandez at first as well. Now 2-2 to Ramirez.
See how these guys, they take these. This just leaves his hands back. Doesn't drift with the hands. You're going to step forward with that front foot, but you want to keep your hands back. Watch him step. The hands stay back. Gives you a chance to stay alive.
Just has a very good plan and a great approach. It's worked at 3-2.
Going to have a runner on the move probably if I know Tito. Ramirez doesn't strike out a ton, puts the bat on the ball. Tigers are going to have to decide if they want to cover or stay at their positions. Shortstop, second base, do you cover? Not going.
3-2, and he walked him. 4 plate appearances, 4 times on base. Couple of walks, couple of hits for Jose Ramirez. Oh, by the way, he also has a couple of stolen bases. 2 men on with a man out here in the Cleveland 7th.
Digging out of the archives. Senior Smoke. A lot of innings, said 7. Look at, he's right up and in right there. They didn't like that.
That's Ken Herbeck, isn't it? There's the bull, Greg Lazinski.
Snapdragon.
Kerpavakwa, see ya.
He was a great guy, I tell you. Unfortunately, no longer with us.
Boy, and what a reliable arm out of that bullpen. You know, you had so many good guys. I mean, Juan Berenguer was one of those guys, right? Obviously, Willie got all the accolades, and rightfully so, MVP and Cy Young, but so many guys helped set it up for you.
Yeah, Berenguer couldn't hit. He couldn't throw the ball through the barn door, you know. But he kept working. Roger Craig worked miracles with all of our guys. And he could throw long spot start. Lopey. He had
Rosie.
Dougie Bear, Rosie,
Yeah.
Milt Wilcox. And these guys just finally got lucky. Stayed with it. Double play.
I don't know about luck. Here's Francisco Lindor. A couple of strikeouts for Lindor and a fly out to right.
So we're looking for the defense. So if the ball goes here, obviously, he's going to cover. What happens if it goes to the right side of the diamond? Who's going to cover? Let's look at it again. Just to look ahead, and they know. So if it gets over here, Nico's over here, he's got to come over here and cover and turn to first. Then if he has to come over here, the catcher's got to go up. Just thinking about what you got to do. 2 on, 1 out. You got to stop him from scoring.
The 2-0 to Lindor. Outside. Cleveland 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position, and Lindor is 0 for 3 in these types of situations. Brian Garcia warming for the Tigers. The 3-0 turns on it, and a line drive right at Candelario. It doesn't get the tag made, though. Somehow Ramirez was able to squirm his way back into first.
Is that a 3-0 count?
Yes.
3-0 count. Look at him. He didn't miss him by far. Oh, he touched him. Did he not on the foot?
He hit ground. Let's see. Yeah, nothing but dirt. Yeah, it's a good look, fellas. Really good look. A number of different angles from our crew. 2 away here in the Cleveland 7th. And here's Carlos Santana. 3-2 counts in all 3 at-bats for the Indians' first baseman and the cleanup hitter here tonight.
He's going to try and jump him.
On the rail.
Didn't want it away.
RBI double his last time up. Walked in the 3rd, struck out against Spencer Turnbull to end the 1st. The 0-1 pulled his head, 0-2.
Look at this bat that Carlos Santana's got. It's a gamer. Look at all the dirt, tar on it. It's got some tape on there. If you could get it on the barrel there, I bet you it's all beat up.
Yeah, like the old Billy Baru.
Break it.
The 0-2. Missed inside. Make him get another one. Billy, 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 Billy.
Yeah, that was a great pitch. Huh? See him diving?
Yeah.
Come in there again. Move late.
Struck him out. Indians strand 2. Here come the Tigers in the 7th with a 4, 5, and 6 hitters. It's the DTE 7th inning stretch. The Tigers honor the 100th anniversary of the Negro Leagues by paying tribute to a living legend, Eugene Scruggs, who pitched for the Detroit Stars in 1956 and 1957. Thank you, Eugene. We celebrate your place in baseball history. Still looks good in that uniform, doesn't he? Jonathan Scope looks good in a Tigers uniform. He leads off the 7th against Shane Bieber. Scope has one of the Tigers' 2 hits tonight. It was a leadoff double in the 2nd. Muscles that one foul.
Tigers are down by 3. How can we get a run? Need to get a runner on. He's had, what, 2 runners on?
Well, Goodrum had a walk as well. So 3 runners overall on the night.
Get somebody on, get him out of the stretch. Hopefully you can get something going.
Scope 3 for 12 against Shane Bieber in his career. 2 of the 3 hits have been doubles.
.88 pitches.
The 89th one is grounded fair to third, and Scope's going to find first base. Second time he's been on tonight. And it could be rally time here for the Tigers in the 7th.
Air, hang one. We were talking about it last inning. Little topspin on this. See Ramirez trying to flip it to his hand and lost the handle on it. We'll take it.
Yep, they give him an error, but the Tigers have the leadoff man on.
Give him the L with no hit. Like Charlie Huff had a no-hitter going and was losing one time. This is when you just want to say, nice game you pitched, but give him the L.
Was Charlie Huff with Texas?
Yeah. And the catcher had 8 pass balls.
Oh.
That's how.
Who was the catcher? It wasn't Jim Sundberg back then.
No,
Who
it
was?
started with Pete. Yeah. See, just kept. He had a great knuckleball that day.
Oh, he had one of the best. Inside to Candelario. Talking to Ron Gardenhire today about Candelario and how he's looked different. Remember, he started 0 for 17, Gibby, on the year.
That's right.
Now he looks, and Gardy said he's just confident, doesn't question the umpires. He's not lunging. He knows the zone really well. All the things that you've talked about during the broadcast. Here's the 1-1 to him. Chased high. 1-2.
Hey, look at Bieber. He throws that heater up there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When he's going into the lefty, those are all cutters. You may not even see it break on TV, but it's just cutting real late. You don't know what a cutter is. Everybody remembers Mariano Rivera. What a special pitch it was.
Yeah, made a Hall of Fame living on one pitch.
Las Diaz, very good in Espanol.
That's why they play him to pull.
Bunt it over there. We need a runner. 2 strikes.
Half-hearted swing, got him.
I mean, you need to get that tying run to the plate. That is nasty. Now we've got this slowed down, okay?
Three Tigers now have struck out more than once against Shane Bieber. Candelario, Stewart, and Reyes. Twice for Kristen Stewart as he stands in with 1 away and a man on first. Just hoping Bieber makes a mistake and Stewart or Maven or somebody can make him pay.
Don't know if it would help you if you moved way up closer to the pitcher here. I was a guy who I did that. Many don't like to move in the box.
Why do you think that is?
It's not comfortable. You're just not comfortable. If you got in your car today and went to drive home standing on your hands, would you you wouldn't do it. I'm telling you. It's just really, you have your, they call it a toe hold.
Yeah, I'd strongly recommend nobody do that. Here's the 2-0. In there for strike one.
Look in front of his foot. The back foot's deeper. He's grinded out.
The 2-1 off the end of the bat into right center for a base hit. Tigers have a couple of men on here in the 7th.
Here we go. Good time for Stewie.
And that requires some stirring in the Cleveland bullpen. Hey, got a shot here. Cameron Maben homered last night. Approaching 100 pitches for Shane Bieber.
Yeah, he's one hit away from getting a hit or a walk from out of the game. Started everybody out with breaking balls.
Maben on the ground to Lindor. And the turn by Hernandez gets Bieber out of the jam and out of the 7th. And he got exactly what he needed. The 98th pitch of the baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica. By your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Tryon Solutions at RelyOnTryon.com. It's been a beautiful night. Gorgeous sky. We've been spoiled by our summer nights here in the great state of Michigan. The Indians, with 2 runs in the 3rd and a solo run in the 5th, have a 3-0 lead as we venture to the 8th. And we'll watch the Tigers use their 4th pitcher of the night, Brian Garcia. And he's been really good, Gibby. It's a wall-side windows pitching change.
Well, good start for sure. Coming back off of Tommy John surgery a little over a year ago. He had good stuff before he had the surgery. Starting to, I think he's a little better every time he gets in the game.
Sure seems more comfortable, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's using his pitch. He's got good stuff, good breaking ball. A couple of years ago, he had the best breaking ball in the Tigers organization.
Has not allowed an earned run in 7 of his last 8 outings. He'll face Franmil Reyes, Tyler Naquin, and Domingo Santana. And actually, it'll be Bradley Zimmer in that number 7 spot now for Terry Francona. One and one to Reyes, whose homer last night of 462 feet still had people talking about today, but he's 0 for 3 so far here tonight.
Garcia's sneaky, over 95 mile an hour right there.
The 1-1, way outside and low. Reyes coming into the game, the previous 7 games at a 538 clip. Yet the Tigers have gotten him out on a couple of ground outs and a fly out. The one ground out was huge in the 3rd. That's when Detroit twisted at 6-4-3 to end that inning and squash a huge Cleveland inning that had seen them already score twice. Here's the 2-1. Fouled at the plate.
Tribe got some action.
Nick Whitgren warming up for Cleveland.
Tigers looking forward to seeing somebody different as we are in the top of the 8th, running out of outs. Get it in there.
2-2 to Reyes. They did get it in there, but too tight. 3-2 to him.
I'd come right back in there. He's dead looking out over. Probably go with his breaking ball. Like the sequence when you double up that pitch. Because most of the time as a hitter, you would say, okay, he's going to go away from me. He's trying to get me out the plate. When you do it again for a strike, though, you get him. Breaking ball.
Here's the payoff. Wouldn't chase. A leadoff walk for Franmil Reyes to start the Cleveland 8th.
Another leadoff walk. That was hurt.
That's 7 walks issued by the Tigers tonight.
7, and we had 2 the last inning. And they're not trying to do it. Cleveland's doing a good job of staying off the chase pitches, but just not getting the ball on the plate. So when they take them, not getting any calls.
Tigers have shifted on Tyler Naquin each at bat, and twice he's hit right into the shift at Nico Goodrum. Love that result here in this at bat with a man on in the 8th, because that would mean a double play. You see how they've maneuvered the defense against Naquin in this at bat. It's 1-0 to him. Garcia calmly throws to second, and it skips by Goodrum.
Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he stepped. He kind of turned the wrong way. And Nico, remember what I was talking about, where he's got to come from? See, he really didn't step where I think he looked over at the Jonathan Scope. Then he threw it to Nico. Let's look over top here. Remember we were talking about see, he was looking over here at Jonathan Scope. See, he's got to come this way. Did it not look like you?
Mm-hmm. It did.
Had time. Infield in for the Tigers. Got to cut this run down.
Ruled a fielder's choice error on Brian Garcia. Runners at the corners with nobody out for Bradley Zimmer's first at-bat of the night. Saw Zimmer taking batting practice, and he was hitting it all over the yard. Some really good swings. 2-0. Here's the 2-0 to him. Outside 3-0. Zimmer was originally the Cubs' 23rd round pick in 2011. Decided to play his college ball at the University of San Francisco, and then Cleveland used its first round pick in 2014 on him. Four-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded. And a visit from Rick Anderson. He's kind of carved out a path there from the Tigers' dugout to the mound tonight. You see, they're listening to Austin Romine. Pretty direct suggestions here. Here's the Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage. Kristen Stewart played this double off the left field wall pretty well.
Real nice.
And you would have thought that would have been a double. But it turned out that his throw able to peg.
Good tag.
The base runner there.
That's why the head first slide is really tough. You know, it's hard to stop. I like the pop up better. You can go to a specific spot on the bag and pop up. But after you break a finger in the head first slide, that's why you change.
Yeah, right.
And I did that.
Sometimes it takes that, right? That was the third out of that inning, and a nice job by Kristen Stewart to play it off the wall and make an accurate, strong throw for the Jonathan Scope tag. Here's Sandy Leon with the bases loaded and nobody down. Fouls the first pitch back. The 8 walks allowed by the Tigers pitching staff tonight is a season high against them. Reyes walked. Naquin safe on an error. And Zimmer walked.
Now, Tribe's got 3 runs. They're all walks that scored.
Correct. Yep. 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th. Ronnie Garcia warming up in case needed. And Leon granted time.
Game is really slowed down now,
Yeah,
huh?
you're
This
right.
is where the idea is get guys stay in the box and you got to throw it.
And I'm all for that. I know you are too.
Absolutely.
Here's the 1-1. I noticed that actually when Cisnero came in to throw a little bit. He's very deliberate. Turnbull works quickly. Shane Bieber works very quickly. But you saw some of the Tigers infielders just kind of bending at the waist, bending at the knees, trying to stay engaged a little bit. Because the pace was not to their liking. Here's the 2-1 to Leon. Got under it and popped it up.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Romine battling for it and makes the grab. That's a big out for Brian Garcia.
You look
The
up there
bases
and
loaded.
see that dark sky? That's a tough one.
Romine made it look easy, 1 away, and here's the number 9 hitter, Oscar Mercado.
Okay.
Gibby had mentioned the Indians' 3 runs that have scored were walks, and Mercado was just that in the 3rd. He and Leon had walked to start that inning, came home on a Jose Ramirez 2-run double. See if Garcia can get a double play here. Instead, it's fouled back.
Got to let your stuff do the work for you. I think one of the mistakes younger pitchers get into is they try and miss bats all the time. That's very hard to do.
Here's the 0-1. Nice pitch to make it 0-2. Candelario even with the bag at first and well off the line.
Again, you're an infielder. You got to have a good pre-pitch. You can't be flat-footed. You got to be moving. If you're going to come home, you have to anticipate, get that arm up, and make a good, strong throw. Catcher has to throw inside the line to get the runner at first.
0-2, a wave and a miss. Good job by Garcia. He bounces back with a strikeout of Mercado to get out number 2 here in the 8th.
Good breaking ball. See it go way down, saying I can do it too.
Nasty pitch to get Mercado, and now it's Cesar Hernandez to face Garcia. On base a couple of times, also a ground out and a fly out. Missed wide.
A lot of misses first pitch for the Tigers. Hope they can correct that. The arms are good. Velo's good. They could move it on their pitches. Getting a little education here.
Deep breath, now the 1-0.
95, pouring it in there. That's a great spot, up and in. Can't get your arms out.
These are good situations for young pitchers to be in, aren't they, Gibby? I mean, you don't like it. It's uncomfortable, but at some point in your career, you're going to be uncomfortable out there.
I think you got to tell yourself you are comfortable.
There you go. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Almost 96 there.
Reached back and got something extra, huh?
It's like smooth. Look at the movement there, huh? And don't throw him anything soft where this is bouncing. Do him a favor, you blew that right by him.
Now the 1-2. Fly ball deep center field. Reyes on the run, still tracking it. Brian Garcia.
Hey, here's a great story to share with you. Historic Hamtramck Stadium, home of the Detroit Stars, recently received a nearly $500,000 grant from a National Park Service for renovations. We'll make it tonight's Miller moment. The money will help replace and repair certain structures, including the original bleachers that you just saw. Stadium was built back in 1930. Still looks good at 90 years old and about to look even better, back to its grandeur of yesteryear. One of 5 former Negro Leagues ballparks still standing. So that's really good news, guys.
It's good to see that it's in Metro Detroit, and I know Hamtramck folks are really proud of it. Here's Nick Whitgren in to work the 8th for Cleveland. 8th appearance for the righty out of the Cleveland bullpen, and he will face Austin Romine, Victor Reyes, and Nico Goodrum. Tough act to follow, hey, Gibby?
11 strikeouts, 1 walk. Nothing.
Not bad, huh?
I mean, he's looks good. That's as good as we've seen this year, I believe. But we owe him. And right now, we can get him by making him go. Should have went 9 by coming back and getting the victory.
3rd time Bieber has reached double-digit strikeouts in a game this year. Whitgren starts Romine out with a ball up high.
You look at Cleveland's pitching when it comes in. One common denominator, did you notice?
What is it?
Walks, strikeouts to walks ratio is ridiculous. They're all very good. They're on a roll. But I would argue their starting pitching has gone deeper, and it makes the bullpen much better.
Yeah, starting pitching ranks #1 in the majors in strikeouts and ERA, and #2 in batting average against and whip. Romine fouls it back. It's 1-2. Romine singled back in the 5th. He's 1 for 2 after striking out in the 3rd.
Good time to score 4. 4 runs. Bring Joe in. Lock it down.
Head home feeling good, right?
Yeah, with the win. Getting really slow right here, huh?
Yeah, they're just working slower than the starters. 1-2 fought off. For Whitgren, 5 of the 7 outings this year are scoreless. Has a couple of holds and 5 scoreless appearances. And he missed outside to make it 2-2.
Lefties 214, righties 231 off him with a home run. Got to get on the board.
Romine a couple of homers and 10 runs driven in so far in the year. Here's the 2-2. And he strikes out to start the 8th.
Little cutter there just went down and looked like Austin tried to hold it up and couldn't do it.
So with 1 away, here's Victor Reyes. The 2 for 4 effort last night by Victor Reyes was his 4th multi-hit game of the year. But he has struck out twice tonight. The 1-0. A little tapper, and Whitgren will underhand toss it to first for 2 away.
Got off that mound quick.
Here's the upcoming pitching matchup presented by Wallside Windows. Michael Fulmer gets the call for Detroit tomorrow against Adam Pletko. An interesting story that we'll have for you about what Pletko had to say about a couple of teammates. And you see the strikeout to walk ratio for Pletko. He's 1-1 on the year. Fox Sports Detroit is your place for Tigers baseball, and noon is what time Tigers Live gets on the air with John Keating, Dan Petrie, Craig Monroe, Johnny Kane. Here's Nico Goodrum with 2 away. The only Tiger not to strike out. Two flyouts to center and a walk.
Two-out rally. Got to get on. Boy, his location was good. See him hit that target.
The 1-1 foul back. We had mentioned numerous times about Franmil Reyes' home run. Well, Nico Goodrum's home run last night was 426 feet, the longest of his Tigers career.
It's a long one.
At that point, it made it 3-2 Tigers before Cleveland stormed back and ended up winning at 10-5. Low and inside, 2-2 to Goodrum.
He did a little stop and go right there. Trying to distract Nico.
The 2-2 from Whitgren. Punched foul.
Nico, good job of staying alive right there. Those balls tailing off the plate, too close to take. Hope that it pays off. He gets on, and then we can get some runs.
The 2-2, soft grounder to second for Hernandez. Fourth time the Tigers go.
In relief, gets the bases loaded. Actually made a missed throw right here. Loads them up. Nobody out. Does a good job right here. Romine with the tough pop-up catch. The strikeout, and then gets Hernandez to fly out to deep left center field. Good job. Kind of live of the arm, and you got a pitching change of Ronnie Garcia now, third 3 games.
So from Brian Garcia to Ronnie Garcia here in the 9th, and he'll face Jose Ramirez, Francisco Lindor, and Carlos Santana.
Tigers Rule 5 guy, and he's getting a chance to pitch tonight. Got a good arm. Life in it.
Use him in a number of different situations. Spot starter earlier this year. 2-1 now to Ramirez. Been on base every single time tonight. Now 3-on-1. Couple of walks. Single. 2-run double. 2 stolen bases. You're giddy if you're Cleveland. You're sick to your stomach if you're Detroit.
Yeah, their Tiger coaches are. You can coach your tails off, but if you're going to be behind in the count, you're going to be walking guys. Given added opportunities, they have air tonight.
Yeah, I was referring more about that line to Ramirez. Hey, look what's going to happen here. You're going to get him to ground out. 1 away.
Not a bad game, just a couple of mistakes that Cleveland capitalized on, and we were unable to capitalize on. Really, Cleveland played a solid game tonight. Beaver was outstanding.
Yeah, sometimes The other guy's just better, right? I mean, Shane Bieber was phenomenal tonight. 7 innings, 3 hits, only walked 1, 11 strikeouts. And you said that at the very beginning of the broadcast. He's not going to walk much. And he doesn't. I mean, on the year, Shane Bieber now has allowed just 6 walks and struck out 54 hitters.
And he pitched a good game, but he's not going to get the win because the Tigers are coming back.
0-2 to Lindor. I hope you're right, my friend.
They've been getting Lindor upstairs. You notice
Yeah,
that?
I have. Just
He's
something,
chasing, too.
something missing from Lindor. I mean, usually this guy's one of the more difficult outs in all of baseball. And he's hitting about 220. The last 10 games, he's under 200. He's just too good of a player to stay that way.
No sympathy from us. Good kid, but look at there. 40 doubles, 20 home runs, 3 seasons of it. Tejada, boy, he was good.
Way out in front. His 124 weighted runs created over the last 2 seasons, 3rd amongst major league shortstops.
Could be C plus.
Only Xander Bogaerts and Trevor Story have better numbers in that category than Francisco Lindor.
How many times Laz called timeout on a pitch?
Quite a few.
Thought they'd quit doing that. Give him the high heat. Just swing right through it.
The 1-2. Another one foul.
Is that 5 foul balls?
Good battle, isn't it?
When you're a hitter and you foul a lot of balls off, you start to feel really good about your chances.
This one stays in play. Nice diving play made by Candelario and a nice toss to Ronnie Garcia to get Lindor. Doesn't matter if he's playing third or first, Jamer Candelario laying out to make another dynamite defensive play.
Look at step and a hop. Ronnie Garcia gets over there nice. The pitcher's got to go immediately. You can't delay it all. That's a tough throw. Catch and find the bag. Good play.
Well, he's been fun to watch defensively, hasn't he, Gibby? I mean, he has been improving on a daily basis. There's Carlos Santana. Brad Hand warming up for Cleveland to possibly get the 9th.
Well, we got something for him. They used to say that they got a can of something for him.
I know where you're going with that. Here's the one with the family show, blowing away. 2-1.
Well, it's not that bad, but I mean, it's probably a little, what would you call it, extreme?
No, I mean, some guys talk like that. I'm with you on that. Easy hopper for Garcia. He does a nice job in the 9th. Tigers trying to stage a comeback against one of the best out of the bullpen. Willie Castro will try and ignite the offense. We head for the 9th on Fox Sports Detroit. Stay with us. Yeah, Keats, I would agree with that. Look forward to the insight from those guys as always. And now it's up to Detroit to try and get to one of the better closers in the game in Brad Hand. 4 for 4 in save opportunities. And a guy who, since 2018, has 70 saves, 3rd most in the majors.
Almost an 8 ERA. So he must have had a bad inning.
Facing Willie Castro. Turning Castro around to hit from the right side. It'll be Castro, Cabrera, and Scope.
Lots of sliders. Down and into the righties. Take a walk or two and we'll go to work.
Castro just 23 years young and getting some really good experience at the end of last season and during this period of time as well.
Good reports when he was down in Toledo.
Good eye to make it 3-1.
You take this pitch?
If I'm the hitter or if I'm the manager,
Hitter.
tell him. If I'm
No,
the hitter,
no, I wouldn't
I
tell
think
him.
I gotta have it in a certain zone. You always tell me you gotta, have a certain area.
I'd take here. Just make him throw 2 strikes. Don't make it out.
Didn't give him a chance, and a leadoff walk to start the 9th for Willie Castro. That's a start, right? Just the second walk issued by the Tribe pitching tonight.
So, again, we were taught here to take a strike in this situation until the tying run comes into play. So that would be something to consider here at the Tigers. Yeah.
See if Miguel Cabrera can do some damage here. Give you the man on.
When I make comments like that, I'm not saying anybody's wrong. Just it's my feel. And beyond that, those are choices or decisions that they have to make. Anybody on the team.
The 1 hit for Cabrera against Brad Hand, an extra base hit. Can use one here. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed.
Saw that one good. I support that swing out over the plate. Miggy tried to pound it in the gap. Just missed it. Get another chance though. Battle it. 0-2. Comes inside.
Ripped to left.
Oh,
Zimmer had him played perfectly.
the ball was right in the lights. Came out though. Miggy smoked that. See, 2 plays made in that area. Miggy said, man, I did everything I could. There is nothing you can do about that. Good at bat. You've seen a couple guys on that area. That's right where the lights are. Mid-height.
Jonathan Scope, high hopper. Hernandez on the charge.
Interference.
Hit the glove of Sandy Leon, so Scope will be awarded first. And suddenly,
Took it right out of his glove.
the tying
Here we go.
run is at the plate.
We've been saying all game. Look at his. Leon gets his glove in there and he smacked it. You could hear it up here.
Watch Scope's reaction, too. He knows it right away. He'll look back. See, right there. Point to it.
We got action.
We got a threat.
Tying run. This is, like I said, Bieber, it's a good game. This is where you want to say, nice game tonight, take the victory from him. That really does a lot for your psyche, for the way you feel. Gives you great confidence that you can beat anybody, and it gives you that kind of that ability to stay believing you can win. There you see it, right? Caught the tip of his glove.
That That is really tough to see. This might be the best angle right here, Gibby.
They're reviewing it. Let's see.
Right there. Scope reacted.
Well, you see the glove. I mean, you see the glove move after the bat goes by.
Yeah, a lot of times in a play like that, you look at the reaction of the players. And the way Scope reacted sure seemed like it was catcher interference. And it is catcher's interference. It's marked as an error against Sandy Leon. Tigers have a couple of men on for Jeimer Candelario.
Well, I beg for the extra innings. It will take. Let's get tied up here and we'll go from here.
Fine with that. Most Tiger fans would be, right? Here's Jeimer Candelario.
You don't want to get doubled off on a line drive. You're not the tying run. You got to be cautious.
Good sliding stop by Leon. Candelario has one homer on the year, and it was off a lefty. Batting .375 from the right side this season. The 1-0. Took it for strike one.
Likes that slider, doesn't he? You see what pitch he's got him where is in his career.
Jacoby Jones has moved to the on-deck circle, hitting for Kristen Stewart.
You know that they're not going to bring a pitcher in for Brad Hand. He's the closer. You're going to get your righty and lefty matchup.
The 1-1.
Good take. There's a loud noise right here. Big hole in the right center field gap.
Yes.
Playing him to pull, but that's because they're throwing that slider down and in, down and in.
Love to see him find a gap. He's got 3 triples to lead the league. Outside 3-1 to Jeimer Candelario. Wow.
And wanted that pitch, didn't he? That was borderline low.
And that requires Joe Jimenez to warm up. What are you looking for here if you're Candelario, Gibby?
Something that's up and away, because it's going to be a slider that's going to break down middle. Nothing that's crowding me.
Got under it to left. Zimmer's got room. And he puts it away.
Boy, just missed that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
You got a good pitch, you put a good swing on it, just missed it.
And here's Jacoby Jones. 1 for 4 with a double in the series opener last night. And he's got a flair for the dramatic. 3 of the 5 homers in the 7th inning or later.
Good opportunity. He loves that slider. You can see Leon talking to Las Diaz, the home plate umpire. Wants that pitch. Even if he gives it to him, you don't want to swing at that pitch until you get 2 strikes.
Here's the 1-0. Willie Castro walked. Jonathan Scope safe on catcher's interference. So runners at first and second, 2 away for the pinch hitting Jacoby Jones. Tigers have 2 pinch hits on the year, both by Harold Castro. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Detroit 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position tonight.
Looking at Hand's face right there, he looks like not losing his composure, still has everything slowed down in his head. Hoping he makes a mistake if you're a Tiger.
The 1-2 inside. Counts even to Jones.
That 93 looks sneaky after those Reagan balls.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Jumps in there quick. You expect slider here if you're Jones?
Yep, down and in.
Now the 2-2. To left field. That ball is going to drop. It's a fair ball. One run is home. Scope trots into third. Jacoby Jones delivers in a clutch situation. 6th double of the year brings home the Tigers' first run in the 9th. And it's a 3-1 Cleveland lead.
Jacoby, look at, he kept in there, kept on it, got the fastball well inside. Keeps it fair. Tigers have the tying run at second now, the winning run at the plate.
A visit from pitching coach Carl Willis. Interesting, Gibby, you had mentioned Cleveland's all 3 runs that scored tonight were walks. Willie Castro, who just scored on the Jacoby Jones RBI double, walked to start the 9th.
That's why you cringe when you do it.
Yeah.
You know? These guys are too good. It's hard enough to get outs as it is. When you give a free pass, it just, I don't know what the probability of scoring a walk scores is. I think 40, 30, almost 40% with nobody out. If you walk a guy, he has a 40% chance, my guess is, that he could score. The probability of scoring.
Now Cameron Maben tries to deliver.
And throwing him up in the zone. Going to go away here.
Back up the middle. Hand's got it. Boy, that was hit right on the nose, too. Instead, Hand makes a nice play and finishes off the Tigers. A 3-1 final. Cleveland wins it. Let's send it to John Keating at the Xfinity desk. Keats?